Welcome to another math problem of the week. When x is small, sin x is about x. Then what will happen to this limit? Let's talk about it. It's well known that the limit of sin x over x when x goes to 0 is equals 1. In other words, when x is small enough, sin x is about x. Then what will happen to the difference of the reciprocal, the difference of the square of the reciprocal, and the difference of the cube of the reciprocal? How many of them will actually equals 0? And the answer obviously are A, none of them, B, 1, C, 2, and D, 3. What do you think?
Pause the video now if you wish to solve it. Keep watching the video once ready.
Now before we go into that, let's look at a very important result. That's it. Limit of x minus sin x over x cubed. X go to 0. Now when we sub in x equals to 0, it is 0 over 0. We can use L'Hopital rule. Get the derivative for this, that is 1 minus cosine x over 3x squared. And again, it is of the form 0 over 0. Then we can do one more time. Then we'll get sin x over 6x. And we already know that sin x over x, when x goes to 0, it is equals to 1. So this actually equals to 1 over 6 sin x over x. Each of the limit x's, and it will be equal to 1 over 6 times 1, and it is equal to 1 over 6. We are going to use this result to get the answer. So let me copy down this very important result. Now when you look at the first limit, 1 over sin x minus 1 over x, x go to 0. So this is x minus sin x, x sin x. Remember that this limit will help us a lot into getting the answer here. I'm writing this in the similar form. Okay? So we're left with sin x and x and x. X sin x can be written in this form. Okay? Since each of these limit x's, we can separate them, and we get this is equal to 1 over 6, this is equal to 1, and this is equal to 0, so the outcome is equal to 0. With this, the first limit is equal to 0. We go to the second one. This will be x squared minus sin x squared minus sin squared, then x squared sin squared. Notice that this is a squared minus b squared. It can be written as a minus b, a plus b. And we have to use this result. So this is x cubed sin squared and x here. This can be written as x minus sin x over x cubed. Then this is x squared over sin squared. So this is x over sin x squared. And this is x sin x over sin squared. So we will have x over sin x. Since each of the limit x's, we can get the following answer. 1 over 6. This is 1 squared, that's 1, plus 1. So this is 2 over 6, that is 1 over 3. Okay. So with this, the second limit is equal to 1 over 3. So this is x cubed minus sin cubed, and x cubed sin cubed. Okay. So this is a cubed minus b cubed. It can be written as a minus b, and a squared plus ab plus b squared. X cubed, we can write it here. For sin cubed, it can be written as sin square and 1 over sine. Now notice that when x go to 0, this limit is equal to 1 over 6. This limit will be equal to 3. However, the limit of 1 over sine x does not exist. So overall, the limit does not exist. And it concludes that the third one, the limit does not exist. Obviously, there's only one of the limit equals 0. With this small technique, you can try the extension question and check the answer in the description. That's all for today's lesson. See you again. Bye-bye.